Yo, what's up, YouTube? Hope everybody doing great this wonderful Monday morning. We're gonna, go over some few topics as usual. Let's see what's going on. I mean, I know you all probably heard about what happened with Blueface being swatted. Yeah, that whole situation was crazy. They didn't even say his real name, Jonathan Porter. They said Blueface to get him out. S- Let's see right here.
Oh, I can see the investigation right in the computer chat.
Is my baby
It
gone?
says Blueface Jonathan Porter punched his fiance in the face at Above LLC STD. She saw it happen to Above LLCB. You also saw it on live when asked if she was there to verify LLC. Oh, that's an interesting one.
Can they bring me my kid?
Closed eye, bleeding nose, face, black clothing, gold chain, shot 5 times. That's a new one, chat.
Okay, let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready.
I love you. I love you, brother.
Oh, I can see the
Yeah, man.
investigation right in the computer
Yeah,
chat.
that's crazy. Blueface reading the whole damn arrest report on the computer. That's crazy. The crazy part when a baby was getting walked out there.
Shedur back, walk her back, walk her back.
Walk me back?
Yeah, walk her back.
Yep.
We'll talk in a second.
Nobody's coming
Man, Blueface like he having a good time, I swear, man.
out.
I get you, I get you. We'll talk in a second.
Okay.
Shedur back, walk her back, walk her back.
Walk me back?
Yeah, walk her back.
Yep.
Yeah, Blueface, man. Let's see what else. Okay, Blueface being swatted. We all know. I feel like Blueface probably called just for extra, publicity. Streams gonna go even up more. Let's see what's going on with Deshaun Watson.
The way that he is engaged with the fans here is pretty embarrassing. I think the whole thing is just really embarrassing.
Aaron, the more I hear it, the angrier I get.
There's no olive branch.
When I heard it yesterday, I kind of almost laughed it off. I've heard it probably a dozen times since then, and I've progressively gotten angrier and angrier.
That the way that he is engaged with the fans here is pretty embarrassing. I think the whole thing is just really embarrassing.
Aaron, the more I hear it, the angrier I get.
There's no olive branch.
When I heard it yesterday, I kind of almost laughed it off. I've heard it probably a dozen times since then, and I've progressively gotten angrier and angrier.
That the way that he is engaged with the fans here is pretty embarrassing. I think the whole thing is just really embarrassing.
Aaron, the more I hear it, the angrier I get.
There's no olive branch.
When I heard it yesterday, I kind of almost laughed it off. I've heard it probably a dozen times since then, and I've progressively gotten angrier and angrier.
That the way that he is engaged with the fans here is pretty embarrassing. I think the whole thing is just really embarrassing.
Aaron, the more I hear,
Yeah, that whole situation. with oh yeah, Big X the plug was arrested. I forgot to let's see what's going on. Big X the plug. Let me look at this. Yeah, let's watch this real quick. Cause like with the
Imagine
Shador
being able to
situation,
build an app with your
I
name on
truly
it.
believe Shador should be QB number one. However, I know since they spent $230 million guarantee for Deshaun, they want to try to get at least as much as they can out of him. But it's been 5 years. The jug is up. Put Shador in the whole season. Let's see how he plays.
The people who had their fantasy line, I have so many thoughts on that. You can't have your fantasy draft that early, guys. All right, Shedur, Deshaun, much talked about. Shedur is getting the start. Early on, he looked really good. Goes over the middle, goes through the progressions, the passing tree at all. Blake Whiteheart, what a name. 16-yard gain. Still first quarter. Shedur, looking. This guy's been all over the place. Luke Floria, he's all over the place. I feel like every time we do a highlight, he makes catches. That's an 8-yard touchdown. Shedur, 4 for 4 for 43 yards in the opening drive. Deshaun claps. Shedur, more. Guess who he's going
Ooh.
to? You know it.
You see that zip on the ball?
Luke Floria, 23 yards. Shedur absolutely loving it, flexing it, feeling it. There was a buzz. Remember, this one is in Cleveland, their first preseason game in Cleveland. More on that later. All right, now he throws it short to Jermaine Terry. The pass pops up in the air. It's intercepted by Damar Hamlin. What's up, Damar? Little talking. Everyone knows Shedur is the guy. I don't know. Does his head coach know that? We'll talk about that shortly. Here's Deshaun Watson. Playing in front of the Cleveland fans for the first time in a long time. More on that in the future. 14-7, now Buffalo's up. Pass is broken up. Tries to go over the middle. Todd Monken looking. He says he's going to make an announcement today about who is the starter. Come with me now to the third quarter. Deshaun. Over the middle. No, intercepted. Nope. Deshaun trying to get himself up. Let's go 3 and out. Shedur now in a jacket. No pads. Looking on. Fourth quarter.
Goddamn.
Going deep. Just slightly overthrown. And he knows he missed a big one there. That would have been an exclamation point. Let's try this again. Deshaun. All these passes go like they have stakes, don't they? Incomplete. Receiver was well covered. Pass goes incomplete. Watson goes 5 for 12 for 35 yards and an interception in front of the home fans. Here you go, guys. This was a tryout. If this was a final exam. It was overwhelmingly statistically in favor of the guy on the left, the second-year player, Shedur Sanders. Deshaun Watson's pretty ugly stats. And then it took a turn. You've seen it online. You've been talking to your friends about it. He was asked about what it's like to play in front of the Browns fans. Remember the last time he did it was when he got injured a long time ago, and there were boos. There were loud boos, even though the stadium wasn't even packed. And Deshaun immediately after the game was asked about those boos.
I think you guys know too. I think the whole world knows. It has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit personal than that. So I think that's it's a disrespectful thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that. Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles, and that same fan base they cheered when I got hurt. So does that have to do it? What does that have to do with anything about performance? When a person get hurt, especially your own city, and then they cheer.
I know you asked him, like, hey, how does it feel to get booed? I mean, it's a pretty easy question. It sucks. I don't want to get booed.
Yeah.
It comes with the territory. You don't want to get booed? Let's play good football. Let's play good at quarterback. Let's play good on offense. Let's play good as a team. And then you don't have to worry about all that, because it can turn just like that. Win, play good football, and everybody will be fine. That's just part of it.
All right, cards on the table. We just heard from the quarterbacks about the play this weekend, but also some of the extracurriculars. We bring back Jeremy Fowler, our senior NFL writer, of course, for the NFL. Jeremy, the battle for the quarterback position in Cleveland may have reached its conclusion over the weekend. How do we see this developing this morning on Monday?
Jamie, the QB Derby in Cleveland is over, and we could get news, I'm told, in the next few hours, perhaps late morning, because head coach Todd Monken is expected to...
Shedur will be named QB1. I'm telling you, if Shedur is not named QB1, I'm telling you, it's going to be a protest in Cleveland. Because it's been 5 years for Deshaun Watson.
Talk with his quarterbacks personally, Deshaun Watson, Shedur Sanders. He will notify them at some point today in the coming hours who won the job, and then eventually the world will know probably minutes right after that. And so Todd Monken is looking at the full body of work, I'm told, dating back to the spring when Deshaun Watson started this process as the clear favorite at quarterback, and then Shedur Sanders got to work and he closed the gap late in the spring. Early in camp had some good days. Then Deshaun Watson had some momentum the last few weeks, until, as Kyle laid out, Saturday happened, and that left a lot of second-guessing around the league. But head coach Todd Monken says that he is strictly keeping this on the field. He's not worried about what Deshaun's saying at a podium in a vulnerable moment. He's worried about the production, who gives them the best chance to win Week 1. That will go down today.
All right, Jeremy, thank you so much. We'll get back to you because there's a couple other health updates from across the league that we need to know about. But Manti and Kyle, let's focus on this quarterback situation. Todd Monken may like to say that it's about the body of work on the football side of things, but Manti, we know it's about the total experience when it comes to being your QB1 for a franchise, especially for the Browns. So what do you make of what's going on?
Well, if you're the Browns, you have to ask yourself a question, Jamie. Is this guy, Deshaun Watson, the future of your franchise? If you say yes, then you play him. If it's a 50-50, then you go with Shedur, because at the end of the day, it's over for Deshaun Watson contractually after this year. It's time you start looking towards the future. You talk about production. If production is split down the middle, which it doesn't seem like by that graphic that KB showed, it seems like Shedur has been playing a little bit better with the first team reps. You do it Shedur. And then I don't think those comments help Deshaun Watson with the city of Cleveland. I don't think it Todd Monken by that interview seemed very pleased that he was placed in that situation. You go with Shedur. And so if you are the franchise, if you are the ownership of the Cleveland Browns, you look at this package in its totality. Okay, I have one more year with Deshaun. I have a few more years with Shedur. I have a future with Shedur. It doesn't look too bright with Deshaun. Regardless of what the stats are, that in itself, KB, I would have to say you go with the Shedur Sanders, and you see where this takes you. You see where it takes you to next year. Yes, I know you want to win this year, but again, if it's split in the middle, you're not making a decision. You're going to owe the man $46 million regardless. So what does this look like for the Cleveland Browns? I think you're in a better situation if you go with Shedur, baby.
Want to break into cybersecurity but don't have experience? The Google Cybersecurity Certificate uses real-world scenarios to teach you technical skills. You'll be able to...
Wow, yeah. I mean, I don't think I could come up with a worse 2 minutes of a press conference, given the time and place. Was that a career-ending press conference? I think it might have been. I would cut him. I would maybe deactivate him. Take your pick. You don't want him as a backup. And I don't think anybody on the team wants Deshaun Watson as a starter, including Deshaun. You don't openly engage and antagonize the fan base after another crap performance a couple weeks before the opener if you actually want the starting job. And it's personal. Let's address that. It's a quote every dumb action movie ever. It's not personal, it's business. The origin of all of this, Deshaun Watson and the Browns, goes back to them trading for him, them saying, screw it. Let's trade everything for the pariah. We have a quarterback problem going back decades. Let's fix it with the nuclear option, and let's take the PR hit, and let's say to hell with it, because we think we have a top 5 quarterback, and the fans are just going to have to forgive us for that. You can see these from a business football perspective that makes sense. But one real big problem, he was really bad on the field. Like unbelievable.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson, I just feel like his metal has cracked. All the stuff he's been through, I feel like the best thing for Deshaun Watson possibly take a year off, go maybe relax with your family, recalibrate, then on the free agency, see where he could go. Honestly, I felt like Deshaun Watson would possibly be better in Miami, me personally. But the whole situation with like the massage ladies, I feel like he possibly might do better in Miami or anywhere else besides Cleveland.
Objectively bad. Take away all the weird stuff off the field. Take away any of the PR stuff. He was bad. Look at this. Out of 50 quarterbacks with the pass attempts, stats. 49th, 48th, 50th, 50th, 50th. This isn't personal. This is really, really bad football. So set aside the money. Try to compartmentalize with all the weird stuff off the field. The football was and is terrible. Believe me, guys, believe me. If he wasn't the alleged creepy massage guy and he was throwing 35 touchdowns a year, never mind all the off-the-field stuff of the Browns fans. They wouldn't be.
That's true. You're successful, you can have nonsense going on as long as you still be successful. If you're not successful, you got extra drama, extracurricular drama off the field. People gonna hate you. I'm just telling you, winning cures everything to a certain degree.
Booing, they'd be buying his jersey. Off the field, it's been terrible. On the field, it's been terrible. No one wants this. No one wants Deshaun. Eat the money. Other teams have done it. Other teams have done it recently and survived. Eat the money. Name Shedur your starter. Name Dillon your backup, and cut him or deactivate him. Any of the above. Todd Monken, I feel like you're a good guy, and I feel like you're a good football guy. There's been so many times that the Browns have been unable to provide a good team. At least provide some goodwill. It might be your best version of a win right now. Are you honestly going to have the chutzpah and the gall to stand up there today and be like, we're going to go with Deshaun? It's absurd. I don't even think he should be on the roster. I don't even think he wants to be on the roster. It was the worst trade in history. You're only making it worse by starting him. Cut him, get him out of here, and move on.
Well, let's focus on Coach, because he was hired in late January, and this is a quarterback situation that he knew he was getting himself into when he was interviewing with Browns ownership, with Browns management. And Todd Monken has been around the block when it comes to football. He's won a national championship at Georgia. He was in Baltimore for the last couple of seasons, which is no walk in the park when it comes to quarterback and offenses, division, what have you. So Todd Monken understood the assignment way back when he was hired in late January. So yesterday, when he was asked, and this further explains what Jeremy Fowler was just telling us about Monken's logic and reasoning behind how he's going to make this decision come this morning.
Deshaun Watson's post-game press conference, how does that impact your decision on your starting quarterback? And when do you anticipate making this decision?
It does not, and I anticipate making it tomorrow. None of us like to be booed. We all like to be appreciated. I think that's just human, okay? I think he emptied his heart a little bit, and I don't think that says who he is. I see the competitor in him. I see the everyday work he puts in, and he wants to be back. He wants to get back to where he was as best he can, and that's hard. And you know, again, I think the moment just got him after the game, and it can get all of us.
All right, so now that we all fully understand how we feel at the breakfast table about this quarterback situation, Kyle just brought up a logistical, transactional perspective that could have ripple effects for the Browns. So, Jeremy Fowler, we welcome you back on to GMFB. What does this look like for the decision-making tree that the Browns have? Because they could name Shedur Sanders the starter, but then Deshaun is sitting there. Is he still on the 53-man roster? How does this affect what this looks like for him in terms of salary cap, all those layers to this, Jeremy?
Well, Jamie, they have to pay him the $40+ million in his salary regardless. That is fully guaranteed. So they have to decide, do they want him to work for that or not if he is not the starter and he's more of the number 2 or number 3. So they can either stash him on the roster, try to get through the year. They could even do what Houston did with him years ago and basically tell him to go home while we pay you and you come off the books. Because if you cut him outright, you could have some dead money implications for the future, would hurt your cap a little bit. So they have to tread carefully. Now, I do know going into Saturday, the Browns felt like both quarterbacks have shown enough growth and maturity where they could handle being the number 2. That's both Sanders and Watson, however it shakes out. But the Browns are left to process a lot coming out of Saturday because they did feel like Deshaun's come a long way. He's had a good 6 months. He's been really coachable, engaged. They consider him more athletic than Shedur Sanders, which helps with mobility, getting out of the pocket, running for extra yards. So he really did have momentum, and then they're just kind of left to deal with this brain fog moment that he had where he's booed and Shedur played well, and then he's answering and he's getting a little too honest on the podium. So they know that Deshaun Watson's had a really rough 4 to 5 years between injuries and poor play. They know some of that he has brought on himself too. So there are implications here beyond everything. I know with Shedur Sanders, they feel like he's got a presence and an aura about him that teammates are gravitated to. Is that enough? We will see.
Yeah, Shedur got that leadership quality, and he's more fresh. I say he got a young spirit. People already like gravitate around him. I believe that he should be good his first season actually starting. I really do believe in that. Yeah, what y'all opinion? I know in a few hours everybody gonna basically give out the information. I mean, the coach will give out Coach Monken the information about who's the starting QB. I truly believe it will be Shedur. Y'all let me know. You think it's gonna be Shedur, or you think they're just gonna try to just get the most out of Deshaun Watson, even though you could tell he truly don't feel like playing for the city. He lost love for the city. Y'all let me know. I'll be back with another video soon. You all take care. Have a good morning.